Egypt. Some deserts don't stay deserts. This is the start of something impossible. Wait. That is the Nile, and it is rushing through the middle of the dead Sahara Desert. They are carving a new river by hand, before the desert swallows them alive. That concrete fortress has no roads. It exists purely to pump a lake into a wasteland. When a granite mountain got in their way, they simply blew it off the map. It is 3 a.m. They only pour concrete in the dark. The heat demands it. Last year, this was dead sand. Today, green wheat in the Sahara. How? This is the Great Desert's second lifeline, and it is the most ambitious mega-project on the planet. 104 million Egyptians live in a green strip, 4% of their country's size. Cairo is so packed that 1,000 square meters of farmland disappear under concrete every hour. This is the most fertile soil on Earth. Right behind me, it disappears under concrete. Lake Nasser holds 168 billion cubic meters of water. Most flows to the sea unused. Their plan? Steal water from Lake Nasser, carry it 310 kilometers into the Sahara. January 9, 1997. The statesman drives a shovel into the desert. They call it the Great Canal. 310 kilometers of desert. They start by marking it with wooden stakes. Every meter measured by hand. The stakes are in. The trucks are coming. 310 kilometers of Sahara is about to be cut. They build the world's largest pumping station, drive steel piles. Pump out the lake. Dry ground now sits in the middle of Lake Nasser, 50 meters deep, blasted through solid limestone, the deepest inland intake channel ever built. Drilling foundation caissons 15 meters into the sandstone, in 50-degree heat. At the bottom of a lake, a 50-meter concrete fortress rising from the lake bed. It holds back 168 billion cubic meters. 24 pump shafts bored through the floor. Look down that shaft, 30 meters deep, one of 24. 18 run every single day. 35-ton pumps from Japan, 4 meters tall, arriving by barge to a station in a lake. 35 tons descending 1 meter per minute. Workers guide it by hand. Every single pump. 288 megawatts from Aswan, 250 kilometers away. Enough power to run a city. Deep underground, 24 colossal steel pumps lined up like dormant jet engines. Inside a building surrounded by a lake, 24 pumps under my feet. Nothing connects it to shore. The cofferdam comes out. The lake floods back. The pumping station is an island now. When the first water hit the canal, I cried. I genuinely cried. 54 meters wide, endless in both directions. 2,000 machines are cutting this through the Sahara. That dump truck is the size of a house. From down here, it looks like a toy. An army of machines running the largest excavation fleet ever assembled. It never stops. The sand walls slump overnight. Every morning, the night shift's work has collapsed back in. A granite mountain blocks the canal path. 9 kilometers of solid rock. No way around it.
Dispatch, we have hit a wall here.
45,000 kilograms of explosives loaded into the ridge. The biggest blast in Egyptian history. The blast hits. Rock 40 meters high. The shockwave reaches 20 kilometers away. The sun disappears. Drill, blast, load, haul, repeat. 1 million cubic meters of granite. 9 months to clear. 70-degree ground temperature. Hydraulic fluid boils. Equipment seals split. They only dig at night in summer. 38 degrees at 3 a.m. and 11 excavators still working under floodlights. This never stops. A haboob hits with zero warning. 300 meters of brown wall at 80 kilometers per hour. Everything stops. Machines disappear. 2 meters of new sand overnight. Survey rerun from navigation data. 10,000 workers 400 kilometers from the nearest city. Supply trucks drive through the Sahara every day. From above, the excavation berms look like a second mountain range. They are not. Aquifer water floods into the canal cut. Pumps cannot keep up. Ancient desert water fighting back. The underground water is toxic with salt. If it mixes with fresh Nile water, everything dies. Clay cut-off wall to 25 meters depth. Bentonite cement. The wall seals the aquifer. 80 million cubic meters removed. The spoil becomes the access roads. The desert builds itself now. Concrete batching plants every 15 kilometers. The canal is too long for a single plant. The slip former is pouring continuous concrete at 2 meters per minute. Non-stop. Touch this. Fresh concrete in 50-degree heat cracks in hours if we don't protect it. The 50-degree sun is merciless. It flash boils the moisture, ripping cracks through the concrete. If even 1 meter cracks, they destroy it. There is zero margin for error in the desert. It splinters into 4 arteries. 88 more kilometers of concrete forced into dead sand. 310 kilometers of perfect empty concrete. The pumps are ready, but the water has not moved yet. 800-meter circles of leveled desert prepared for crops. Water hasn't arrived, but they are ready. 320 kilometers of buried pipeline. They wire the desert's new cardiovascular system. 1 center pivot, 400 meters long. This arm rotates non-stop, too slow to watch. 3 booster stations every 60 kilometers. Each one lifts the water pressure for the next section. That was the conceptual future, but back down here in the present, they are still digging.